So hi everyone, I'm recording this now. You can see that you're on mute, so that's awesome. Welcome. We're going to be chatting today on this webinar about Kathy Farmer and recap about two of the events that we just had on the Gold Coast and in Byron Bay. Super exciting. She was amazing. We learnt so much. Very, very cool. So Kathy Farmer, I just want to check in. If any of you can't hear me or there's any problems, just send me a message. Otherwise, we'll just get stuck into it. So I'm going to share my screen for some of it, and that way you guys can follow along. Yep, thanks, Beck. All good. So let's have a look at Kathy Farmer. So I knew a bit about her, but I just thought I'd pull up this bio. So there she is. That must have been her in her younger days. She's definitely... I'm not too sure how old she is, but she must be in her 60s or something. She's a pretty damn awesome lady. Looks beautiful. So she's a master herbalist and an aromatherapist. She's been a holistic health educator for more than 20 years. She became passionate about teaching how to use the young living oils after a miraculous event in her teenage daughter. So she talked about this in the events, and her daughter was released from a mental hospital just after smelling the oil. So that's pretty phenomenal impact. And that oil that she used was joy. So this passion has brought her around the world many times, and she's taught all over the world. And I'll tell you how many distributors and things like that she has later. So she's an expert in the science of using pure genuine oils for emotional release and spiritual support, and that's really what she does. So we learned a really special technique which I'll be able to share with you tonight. So she's one of the only few people in the world who's been invited into the sacred room in Egypt, where the cleansing of the flesh and blood occurred in the ancient times, and the anointment by a priest of Isis. And she tells this story as she went on a journey with Gary to do into the pyramid. It was really special. So Kathy does dynamic meditation, hands-on healing. Her daughter, her daughters both do hands-on like Reiki and massage and things like that. And they've built their organizations to pretty big doing that. So she's allowed, the discovery of all these essential oils has allowed her to combine her love for the two, and now she's devoted to assisting people in discovering their potential, physically, emotionally, and spiritually through education and the finest products for physical, emotional, and spiritual health. So she's achieved the highest rank of Royal Crown Diamond with Young Living Essential Oils, and has had the opportunity to accompany Gary Young on, one of the Young Living Diamond trips to Oman. So she gets to... go all around the world with Young Living. Pretty awesome lady. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And and what I'm going to invite to with this space is that you guys can ask questions at the end. So just if you want to jot down anything you'd like to ask. And I'm also going to call in any sharing if you'd like to share something. So if you feel like it's relevant for the section, just pop yourself off video and mute and come in, and you're most welcome to do that. So let's have a look here at Kathy. So she has almost 300,000 people around the world in her Young Living family, and her partner is a guy called Mark, and and we met him the other day. He was funny as he's kind of like a souped up Alan. So for those of you that haven't met Alan, like pretty damn awesome. So just like quantum physics and a lot about the frequency and bioresonance of the oils. That's their major thing. So what I wanted to share with you guys is she has almost 300,000 people in her Young Living family, and that's pretty massive. I know that Alan and Linda, they're diamonds, and they have 40,000. So to have 300,000, that's pretty huge. So she's a practitioner of lucid dreaming, which is really, really awesome. And that's remembering the dream when you woke up. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever had an experience of that. Now, one of her biggest tips was see all of humanity as your brothers and sisters. And when you see another being, you send them love. So she does that at the traffic lights with the cars stopped next to her, which I thought was pretty damn cool. Now, there's quite a few other things, and I only just finished the event about an hour and a half ago, and then came home and quickly typed some notes. So she did share quite a few other things. However, those were the main things that I pulled out that were relevant. And what I'm just going to do is, Beck, is there anything that you felt with Kathy's history and her bio, is there anything that you felt relevant to share?
Hang on, where am I?
So just with Kathy's history and her biography, you know, anything that she gave us that was about her.
Yeah, what I loved is one of the things that I got from it all was that I think for me I had a really big issue around, and this only came today after 3 times of seeing her now, so
Exactly.
I guess you have to go to everything so that you can actually get everything.
Yeah, well done. It's awesome. Yeah.
It really hit home to me today about the cross-lining thing, because as you know, Ra, that was one of my big things, and that energy came with me from a previous network marketing. So she was saying how her network marketing experience, like she's obviously been there and done that. She had lots of products in her repertoire of all different types of network marketing, and I also was one of those type of people.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Network marketing was one of my that's it. Cross-lining is totally cool and can be beneficial. I love it. It's true. And,
it is. Yeah,
and I have to admit, when I first came across Young Living initially, not when, for example, I was talking to you, Ra, and there was a lady before you. There was actually more people before I actually met you and Jenny. But one of the big reasons why I never joined Young Living was because I had a loyalty to this other company. So I think the thing is that loyalty, but find that one. So for example, now I feel like I've stopped my auto ships with the other company that I was in love with, and everybody tells me about their companies, and I'm like, cool, that's awesome, that's working for you. I don't feel the need to share Young Living with those people.
Great.
I don't actually know, because I don't want to detract from their business. I don't want to pull them into another business that they may not be passionate about. I'm really quite cool to have people be passionate in what they're doing. So everybody's got their own thing. And so when I met these other people, they would have been a cross-line. I think I was only a new distributor actually. And they were just at an event, and I remember not even having any qualms about inviting them to my home and having them stay, and I knew that they weren't in my team, and they weren't, I didn't know who they were really. They were just Young Living people, and I'm like, I felt like I could easily not have to worry about cross-lining with Young Living initially until stuff happened. And then obviously I was back to my traumatic state of I can't do cross-lining, can't do this. And then I'm slowly opening back up to that again and feeling that I can, coming from her, that was really important for me to hear, in a big way. So cross-lining.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So that was one of the things. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say it has a massive impact. You've heard her say it 3 times,
Well, I didn't hear her say that in previous times.
So
it pays to go to everything. So if there's anything that she might say at one place that she doesn't say at another place, to be at every, So I guess that's another thing as well, and that's why I kind of joined tonight as well, to listen to your playback of this.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
If I missed something, then
Yep, exactly. Cool. Awesome.
Patrick gonna.
So Pat and Scylla are sitting there. They got Alan and they've got Kathy coming to them tomorrow. which is super exciting. Yay. So they're getting a preview.
Yay. Oh, awesome. Whereabouts are these guys?
Sydney.
Sydney. Awesome.
Yep. Got lots of kids. Lots of awesome kids at home. It's so cool. Oh, thanks, guys. All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll keep heading on to that screen share. And then, yeah, you're going to mute again. All right. Cool. So I'm just going to share the screen. So, yeah, so let's get back up. And so, yeah, Kathy had a big thing here that I really loved about what she said. And it says, see all of humanity as your brothers and sisters. When you see another being, send them love. And, you know, that had a massive impact on me because it was something that I was already doing. And she talks about really cool things like when she's when she's sleeping, she can set the alarm clock in her head, and then she's totally able to. Hi, Rona.
Hi, how you going?
Hi, good love. You're gonna just mute stuff, and then you can put yourself, yeah, and you can share in your.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm still just driving home.
Okay, cool. All right.
So that's all right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Go for it.
Yeah. So what she shared in her sleeping. Oh, can you put yourself on mute, Rona? Because the feedback's pretty high. Press that button if you can do that. Bianca skills. Hi, love. Hey. Next early January. Yeah, cool. There you go. Awesome. Got it. Yeah, so she shared that she is like, what I really got from Kathy, the biggest thing, and I'll type it in here, is she's super duper intuitive, okay? Really, really. And she uses that as a tool. So that for her is actually one of her business tools. And she requested in one of the private little interviews that I had with her that that's something that I develop. So she said, just continue to develop your intuition. That will be your guide, and keep listening. So if there's anything that I'm going to say to you guys, that's those two things. And the key above all with that is her biggest one is communication. And that leads us into, you know, business. So just a bit back on Kathy. Yeah. So her earnings, I'm not absolutely certain. I did ask her the questions and I don't 100% remember. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's, you know, millions, something like that. So and that's per year. I didn't kind of ask her the question about how much she exactly earns. She has gone through 10 compensation plans. That was a big one for me. So, you know, 10 compensation plans is something that, I can't even imagine going through 10 compensation plan changes. I know with Alan and Linda, they went through one and it had a big impact on their business. And I was around when that happened, but I was still small time, so it didn't have an impact on me. Now, Kathy's been through 10. It's pretty massive. Really good friends with Marcella von Harding and Gary Young. And, yeah, so that's it. Now, I'm going to go actually to the business first and then go back up to the emotional freeing technique. So Kathy on business. So she told us that 98% of Young Living members are only oil users. So that was pretty cool. And, you know, you guys that are on this call and watching this, and you really are the 2%. So get that. You know, there's something different. You're making an impact in the world with what you're doing. So I decided so I've had 3 events with her. Beck and I are the only 2 people that have had 3 events with her. We just decided to smash it out and go to everything. It was a private lunch that I went to, and organised that with Alan. And I just invited a few people in my team, and Sarah and Aidan came along. The next event we had was a nighttime event, and Kathy walked through business and product, and then the same thing today in Byron Bay. So those were the 3 events we had. And the first thing I did when I saw her was went and did a total computer nerd thing and asked her, you know, I wanted to ask her the 10 top questions, you know, and I Googled it. You know, what would you ask a network marketing professional? And some of you have seen I posted up on my Facebook page, you know. So here's the answers to the 10 questions. And I will be typing this document up and you'll be able to get it and download it up on LoveBiz. So the daily routines, this was really cool. So she wakes up in the morning, she puts on her whatever oils are relevant to her for the day, then takes Ningxia, has a nitro, and any of her supplements that she's taking. She has Ningxia every day and nitro most days. Then what she does is checks Facebook page to keep her team on track. So she answers Facebook messages, checks in, goes and has a look at all her groups and sees who needs help and who's answered her questions. And that's actually how I, about a month ago, asked Kathy Farmer for an interview. She was one of 6 Royal Crown Diamonds that I researched and got a hold of in Young Living, and I had some key questions I wanted to ask them about their business, and she was one. And do you know what? Out of all those 6, she was the only one that answered, and she answered within 24 hours on Facebook. So that had a massive impact on me. And then she said in her little message, oh, hey, I can see you're from Australia. I just went and checked you out. I'm coming over there in a few weeks. I can't wait to meet you. Look forward to it. Are you in Team Simpson? I was like, hell yes. So that's how I ended up organizing a lunch with her, because I'd already pre-set up this, this interview that I'd really wanted to have with her. So other daily routines, she didn't really explain many things, but what I really got out of it and what she said was that 99% of her day is Young Living. Whether she's running a webinar, and she runs webinars that are even translated into other languages. She's got a massive team in Russia and other countries, Hong Kong, things like that. And she has her team members will translate it. How cool is that? So I'd love to get to that stage and my webinar is big enough to get translated. Freaking awesome. So she goes off, and some of her days, like her day is filled with building relationships, okay? That's her massivest thing. She builds relationships. So hence why she goes on her Facebook page. Now, Rona, you might want to put your screen on mute because I can see your chest. It's pretty funny. I mean, not on mute, but like the screen, because we can see you. It's just like watching this little comedy thing. So what else does she do in the day? She really builds relationships. She has a life. She creates her Young Living business around her lifestyle. So if she's traveling, she'll just go and, she does whatever it takes as she's traveling, educating, building relationships. And she really says, monitor your leaders, stay connected to them. Really build relationship with them. It's about relationship, and just play and have fun. Her daily routine is building with hanging out with grandkids and enjoying herself. And you'll hear this in question 3. So next question I asked her was motivation. How do you stay motivated? She said emotional clearing is the biggest thing for her. As soon as she feels something comes up, she asks one of her team members or does it herself. And she just clears, uses the oils to assist and support her body to move emotion. She was a master herbalist, like we knew, so she was already used to teaching meditation and using spiritual methods to clear. Now, what else does she do? So what really got her motivated at the start, and I really like that she shared this with me because it's something that I did as well, she asked for guidance. She was really tired and bored doing the job she was doing, and she wanted something that really was exciting to her. She had young kids. She was kind of doing this herbalist and thing, and she just wasn't really inspired. And she wanted to have a job. Yay, Rona! You took it off the screen. So she felt really just over it. So she prayed to God, and that's her thing, right? So whatever you consider God is for you, or energy or whatever, that power, she prayed to that power and she asked for them. Please, God, what's next? So she had a lucid dream that night about Young Living. She actually had a dream where where the name Gary Young was in a dream. And She saw him, and when she woke up in the morning, she had the name Gary Young. So she researched and Googled and asked around, and she found him. And she said that if you have a passion, whatever it is, that's the thing that'll keep you motivated. So create passion in your business. Yeah. And I really like that. So I'm just going to write the answer here, because as I do this, saves me having to go back over it when I forget what I said. So create passion. That's the biggest thing for her. And ask for guidance. So for those of you that aren't already doing that, and if you want to know how, I'm happy to help you out with how I do it. I know Pat and Scylla that you guys do it. I'm not sure. I'm sure Beck, you probably do it too, and probably Rona. So that was something that I really like to hear, because I do, go in my mind and I do pray at night for whatever it is. I run affirmations and work through my stuff. So it's pretty important for me as well. So number 3 question for her is habits. So she said, listen to your intuition. And I like that she put that in the habits, right? That's super cool. So make it a habit to listen to your intuition. And the next thing she said is play. Create your day around play, okay? Now, something that I learned about Kathy Farmer is she's actually a gamer, right? So after she's done all her Young Living stuff and helped her team and done whatever she needed to do, she doesn't have to go anywhere. She plays a game called EverQuest 2. So I have no idea what that is. I definitely don't spend time on screen unless I have to, but EverQuest 2. So what she loves about it is that you get to play like the game of life, but you're an avatar. So she says it represents life. So she likes going and playing those games because it represents life. So, yeah. Now, the next thing is that she loves to do is play with her grandchildren. So she said, create your day around it. And that was really, and the other thing she said is play hard. And I like the sayings like, play hard or go home. It's like, that's kind of what I got from her. They get a couple of massages a week. They wake up sometimes in the morning and do raindrops of oils, her and Mark, the raindrop of oils on each other, which I thought was really cool to wake up the body. And their breakfast, like we said in the daily routine, is Ningxia and Nitro. So 4 to 5 times in a week, she adds in juice, like fresh pressed juice that they do in the juicer. Other than that, she doesn't eat till midday or more. And when I heard that, I was so excited, because it's exactly how I run my day. I was doing that off intuition, and it's so cool to have Kathy confirm that that's the way, when you're having superfoods, especially like Ningxia, that has all of the nutrition required to give you functioning, right? And she said to us today that you can live off Ningxia. So I really like that. She said you get bored, but you can live off it. So I'm just going to type that. Now, the biggest thing, biggest moment in business, and I love that she makes these broad. I can't type and bloody talk at the same time, so I'm going to stop typing. So biggest moment she has in business is what results come, like this is for her, is the results that come after she's done an emotional freeing session on someone. How cool is that? So the greatest thing, that her biggest moments in life are what comes after she assists and helps someone to transform something in their life, right? That's really big. So she said what happens is, and this is where the biggest part is, that you'll do an emotional freeing session with someone. Just what I'm going to give you the list of how she does it. And then she has a follow-up chat, or she might hear about it like a week or 2 later, or she gives them a call, or she has another session with them. And she hears of the massive impact that session had for the person between the time they had it and when she's talked to them or checked in with them again. And she said some of the results are phenomenal. So those are actually her biggest moments. And I love that, because it's very, very much about people and about caring. And that's definitely her biggest things that she does, her skill. She's beautiful and warm, beautiful, warm-hearted lady. So number 5, the prospecting tools for simple duplication. I asked her that, and she said communication, support, and talking. So communication, yeah, supporting your team and talking to them, right? Another one that she said was really massive for her was GoPro by Eric Worre, but I think that that's more in training, because I've got this, she uses that down here, she says it down here as well. So her prospecting tools, she doesn't really she didn't really specify, but I know from the rest of her other talks it would be offer them an experience. So you are just offering them an experience, right? Whether that be a product like having an Ningxia Red sachet in your bag, or an oil, being prepared. So make sure you've got some little sample oils in your bag, you've got Ningxia, you've got your oils with you. Just be prepared. So another big thing that she said, like she didn't say it as prospecting tools, but the simple duplication that she focused on in this question was, she said, just work on getting all of your people to about $300 a month. So ask them the question, what would it take to get your products paid for? And Pat, you'll be knowing this from GoPro. What would it take to get your products paid for? That was a big thing for her. So that's what she offers, you know, people, is she helps them to get their products paid for. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. So help each of your members to get their products paid for. And I'm just going to type that. Now, is there any thing that anyone wants to add so far in these step 1 to 5? If not, I'll just continue. So the biggest next thing, number 6, the question I asked her was, what is the biggest self-development tool? You know, the one book that you would use to grow your business. And look what she said, GoPro. Woohoo! Which is awesome, because we've just spent the year running study groups and stuff from GoPro. So love that book by Eric Worre. And she's actually got 25 tickets to Eric Worre's event in the States this year. And I think it's in Vegas, and she's giving them away to her team. So look out for that promotion. Okay. I was like, me. It's awesome. I would love to go to Eric Worre's event. It'd be super cool. So GoPro is definitely it. So Pat, Scylla, we're on the right track. And Beck, if you've been using it, legend of a book. I'm sure you have. Now, what else did she say? Yeah, she did say in this little section, which she went a bit off track, but I'm going to share it with you anyway, that she said, if you're going to go, like, a simple way to build your business is to, what she did was she just committed, this is what I really wanted to write down here, but committed to 10 trainings a week. Hi, Alan. So she committed to 10 brand new meetings a week. So whether that be in... Okay. Yeah, so Rona, you're still logged in as Alan. That's super funny. Yeah, so whether you can be Alan. Yeah. I think Alan must have used your Zoom, because you're logged in. It can't come up as him.
Maybe.
yeah, I think he's logged in on your computer. Yeah. So she said 10. She committed to 10 brand new presentations. Sorry, not a week. What am I saying? A month. Thank you. 10 new ones a month. So wherever that was, she ran an introduction, and she ran it so basically and so duplicatable. Okay. So that was something. 10 a month, you guys. And she committed from the first day dot. The next day she joined, the next day she received her oils, she ran a meeting. And she ran a meeting and shared it, because she knew about the oils one day longer than the people that she had invited. Do you get that? Massive. You know, people sit in this business and wait 6 months, a year before they get, you know, an experience of the oils. Kathy shared it the next day, okay, after she received her oils. So that had a massive impact. I was like, okay, you know. So and she just built her business super fast. Like, she talks about she got her products paid for within the first month. The next month it doubled again, and it just kept doubling to the thousands, because she committed to 10 new introductions a month. She has gone hard, and you know what? She's committed, okay? Communication and commitment, yeah? So that was really big. So let's go back up to these questions. Recommended online tools or apps to grow business. She said Facebook, yeah? She reckons it's great, free marketing. But she also said, you know, a beautiful thing to do is handwritten mail. If you can, snail mail, right? Anything that you can to give people an experience. So one of our team members at the moment is running these online parties. I know Scylla knows about these. And that's just offering people an experience. It's an exposure, right? What's Eric Worre say? 10 exposures before someone gets it on average, right? So, you know, some people say 7, some say 10. It's enough. So keep, you know, giving people an experience. And she didn't recommend anything. But you know what I noticed is when I asked her about a downline, she went off and logged into Oily Tools. I spied it on her phone. So she's got Oily Tools. Now, I've also got that. I recommend those of you that haven't gone silver yet, that it be a gift to yourself, Oily Tools, when you go silver. It's not really necessary before that. And I just feel focus on building and duplication until you're silver, and then get into Oily Tools, because it gives you a great rundown, and it's costly. It's about $10 a month Australian. So that little business expense is not worth it unless you are, really committed at that level. Now, another thing I asked her, this was just based on, you know, the massive growth we've had. I really wanted to know, what's the future of Young Living? I actually didn't ask her what she thinks the future of network marketing. I asked her what the future of Young Living is. I said, at this rate that we're growing, what do you think? You know, and do you know what she said? I thought it was super cool. She's like, we are living, look at it like we're living a dynasty. We are in a dynasty. I was like, shit, that's pretty awesome. Excuse my French. I'm really good at swearing. Didn't look at the, you know, and she said we're living a dynasty, and I thought that was awesome. So she said she has no doubt, you know, Gary's mission is Young Living essential oils in every home in the world, and he's not going to stop until that happens. So therefore they just keep having to buy more farms, they keep needing to produce oils, they keep needing to expand. Creating a dynasty. So we really get that. So she said there is no way that this network marketing company is going anywhere. She said, you've found, like, it's like gold, it's a diamond, you know, it's the diamond in all the rubble. Now, the $1 million question was, if you had to start all over again and knew no one, what is the first thing you would do to grow an MLM business from scratch? You know what she'd do? She'd schedule a class, and she'd schedule another class, and she'd schedule another class, and she'd schedule another class, and another one, and another one. She would go and get cheap and free booths everywhere that she could find cheap and free booths, giving people an experience, giving people an exposure. She would book in 10 classrooms to the public a month, like she said. That's what she'd do. She'd just put her head down and her bum up and do that, right? Every single person you're building, she says, you focus on building teams. Okay? Really, really awesome. So focus on building teams, yeah? Really big one. And when we talked about structuring, she said, don't go any wider than what you can support. So, yeah, I thought that was really cool. And she said that was how she lived through all of those 10 compensation plan changes. She never went any wider than she could support, and she built teams. So she found leaders and built teams. Yeah. So that was really big. So do you guys, after hearing her doing 10 new introductions a month, do you feel like you're doing enough? I definitely went, no. I would do like 1 to 2 a week, maybe 3. It's definitely, which could end up some weeks. Yeah, it could end up 10 a month. I guess it could. And that's for the public, so it doesn't include training. You add training on top of that. Now, the next thing that she talked about, one little thing about the farms that I found out that I thought was super cool was, did you know that all of Young Living's farms are feng shuied? It's a random information thing, but I thought that was freaking cool. So all the farms are so energetically aligned that they even bring in like feng shui, this amazing, one of the top Royal Crown Diamonds is a master in feng shui. So Gary actually brings her around to any new farms, and he gets her to sort out where the buildings go, where they're going to put the plants, where, and she's like the consultant. It's pretty cool. So I thought that was a pretty cool random piece of information. Okay. Now, she said your check, this energy exchange, your check is a representation, your monthly check is a representation of the energy that you have put in and the energy you've given each month. Okay? So keep expanding. And that was a big one for me. I was like, cool. I really get that. When I pull back and slow down, my check goes down. When I get into introvert land and I'm working through all my stuff in here, my check goes down. And then when I come back out into team building land and into sharing and I'm expanding, massive growth, like goes through my team like wildfire. And Rona, I'm sure that you probably noticed that too. Yeah. So,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, don't know how to mute on this one. Anyway, that's okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that because I'm just looking at my notes that I'd taken, and you said about that was the first thing that I wrote down actually, that when she built, that she didn't build any wider than she could handle.
Yep. Massive, eh?
Yeah. So how wide was that, I wonder?
She said it was 14.
Yeah. Okay, 4 legs.
14 on a front line.
Oh, 14.
14. That's what she's got. That's all she's got on her front line. Yeah,
but that's still a lot.
It's not what she built now. Like, it's not what she did now. So right now, have a think about what you could handle on your front line, Probably for me about 5. Not the 20-something I have, right? So I thought that was really interesting. She said, when you are building and also structuring, you, which I thought was really cool. So she talked about structure. I'll just make sure I put a note there so I'll write it. But the structure that she suggested it's all energetic. And this is how I've been training my team anyway, but it's really, really energetic. So if you as a team leader go out and you're prospecting and you find someone that wants to go in a team, it's really important that you either ask them, do they know anyone? And if it's someone that you think is in your team, you look them up or you call them and, make sure that they can fit somewhere in the team where they're energetically going to work. She didn't say anything about putting people where you earn money.
Yeah, or not logistically, like, if they live in an area that's, or if they go to a church together or
you put them all together. That's right. Yeah. Like all, and because it gets really tricky. Like I've got 3 Perth teams, right? They're in different legs. And what that means is that they're kind of operate as individuals. They don't pull together as a family. And that's something that I put them in different places because they were related to other people that don't live in Perth. You know, like one is a friend that's already on my team and it's like her sister. And then
I think it's really important to put them demographically together.
I think demographic, yeah. So it gets a bit tricky, and that's, you know, but you do need to honour the energetic and the team support. She said just build teams, you know, get people working together as a family. You're creating families, yeah. That was really cool. So I love that.
She mentioned families a lot of time.
Yeah, big time. So she said, she said anyone can do this, right? So make a phone call to a person that you're not too sure who to ask, because you never know what impact you and the Young Living products could have in their life. You know, just go and ask them, what do you got to lose, you know? Yeah. Look for the stars and work with them. Look for the stars in your organisation or in your life, yeah?
I've written down that she said don't share with somebody because you don't think they can afford it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that.
That's what she said, because you don't think that they can afford it, because that's not fair on them. Well, that's one of my logos, you know, like not sharing oils with friends and family, or is cruel and unkind, or something like that, you know, like don't be selfish with them. That's what I tell on my team. Yeah. Don't be selfish with them. They're not just for you.
Yeah, that's right. That's really cool. I'm going to type that in. They're not just for you.
Yeah, Rona said.
Yeah, also, Rona said.
Can I just quickly add in as well that she also said if they don't want to pay for them yet, you haven't given them enough value.
Yeah.
That's cool, Beck.
Yeah, you haven't given them enough value.
Yeah, she said that today. Yeah,
the product
she hasn't given them enough value. So what's missing for them? You know, what information's missing for them, or experience?
Is it them as a person or them as the product?
Yeah, like there's something missing for them. They haven't had a full experience, or, you know, lending a diffuser for a night, or
you haven't given them as the person enough
value. You haven't given them enough value.
Okay.
Yeah, so they don't know what it is yet. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't know what it is yet.
Or maybe you've baffled them with too much information.
Yeah. Well, that's right. That can work up too. 30 oils, they detox. No. Not a good idea. So, what else is there in this? I'm just aware of time, so I want to make sure you can get through. Communication and commitment, keeping everything duplicatable. Yep, sweet as. All right. Just making sure everything's duplicatable.
How to dress.
Oh, that was awesome that she talked about that.
Yeah, so she said treat it like a business, dress like you are the highest rank. Like dress like a diamond, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted people to look at me like I was an expert.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Dress like you have something important to share.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool. Yeah, when we did this, I turned around and said to Sarah, so that means no T-shirt, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah, I know. I went to the beach with her the other day and said, you're not wearing that. Can you go and get changed, please? Yes. She said, you sound like my mother.
I love her.
Really nice the other night.
Yeah, and today, gorgeous. So she's, you know, good on her.
Oh, well, there you go. See?
Yeah, she listened. Nice one. Mm. Now, and it's great. It's a really good tool. You know, no one tells you that. As an entrepreneur, you just, you know, you don't know until someone tells you, right?
So some people think that it's cool that they can just flop around in whatever they want to wear and it doesn't really matter because, do you know what I mean? I think they're too cool for school.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah. The other thing about was that with Young Living is a family, right? Not a company.
Yeah.
So that was really big for me as well because they really, she talked about it like, you guys, you know, you're my family. You're an extension of my family, you know?
Yeah, she's a great grandmother.
Yeah, that's right. It's so
The other
cool.
thing that she said that she does all the time too is she reads her downlines' names and where they live.
Oh, yeah, she
That
does too.
And then, so I've got read your downlines' names and where they live. This is your family. They are assisting you and you are assisting them.
Yeah.
She said she does that 3 times a week.
Yeah, that's right. She did too. Yeah.
Well, she remembered me. She remembered from meeting me in Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah, that's so cool.
She said she couldn't remember my name, but she remembered meeting me. She said, "Oh, you're the oh yes, Rona, I remember taking you over to meet the Ula guys." Because she said to me, I went and introduced myself and whoever I was, and I knew that she was in our upline through Alan and Linda, and we chatted a little bit, and then she said to me, "Now, is there anything at all that I can help you with your business?" And I wasn't even executive yet. I've only been living for 3 months, and I'm like, as I do, I just chat with anybody. I said, "Well, actually, can you take me over to introduce me to those Ula guys because they're really hot."
Oh, you're so cute. Yeah. She's awesome.
She did introduce me to them, and I said, "Yep,
cool.
you guys have to come out to Australia."
Oh, they would freaking love it here. Hey, I'm aware of time. We've got 12 minutes. I really want to get through this emotional freeing technique. So, so the Young Living products. So Rose is high in sesquiterpenes, which is happy juice. Joy is another happy oil. And I didn't catch, she said something about inner child. Beck, did you capture what she said about inner child today?
I have to admit, I didn't have my notes on me today. I'm only just pulling out my notes now to see what I've...
Yeah, well, I might just leave it out because I missed it. But she, one of the kids cried.
Sarah had notes, so Sarah might have taken that one down.
Something about inner child, yeah.
I've got it recorded, but I haven't got that written down on the notes.
Yeah, well, Alan's going to, he's recorded it, done videos. He filmed it today and he'll put it up on YouTube. So you can always go and watch it anyway. Everything starts with an emotion. The physical is just a response later. So look out for repressed emotion. I thought that was really cool. So this emotional releasing technique, this is the method that she walked us through. So Beck and Rona, if you see a little bit of something to add, just let me know. So you use at the beginning, use a white angelica to protect yourself. So she said that's really good even before you go out the door. Great just in any situation. It's a auric field expander. I was like, cool. Yeah.
It reflects negative energy.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. The white it's angels protecting you, like around you, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's really cool. She was talking about Curlane photography, and when she took photos of people before and after White Angelica. Super cool. Anyway, so this method, you can work on anyone with this method, regardless of their background, because the chakra points are recognized in both Eastern and Western medicine. They're just the energy points of the body. So I thought that was quite cool.
You were saying to call them energy points so that you're being sort of politically correct or religiously correct if you didn't know the person.
Yeah.
Because energy points, like with a Christian or whatever, an energy point or that passes. Whereas if you start saying chakras, they start going, oh,
You witch. Burn you at stake. Yeah, so clear. So clear yourself first with the same oils that you're working on them with, which I thought that was really cool. It's crucial to use the same oils as them because then you're vibrating with them on that same frequency, and that gives a greater space for healing.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. What another tip that she gave was silently asking for assistance from your guardians and wisdom keepers, either before the client's in the room or during. Yep. So I thought that was pretty cool. Another little tip she gave was see your clients as a small child when you work on them. That way you can really see them from a place of youth and connect to any pain from that time, which I thought was really cool. Send them love and healing as you're working on them. So, or working with them.
That might have been where the inner child thing came in.
Yeah, so that's right. Inner child. I could put in brackets inner child.
Inner child, you know, when you listen to the Gary Young feelings like CD, he says to put it on your thumb and on the roof of your mouth, like you're sucking your thumb, because it has that sweet orange taste in it, and it's like that reflection on the palate of your mouth.
Yeah, that could be cool.
It's not
That's
does
really
taste good.
Does or doesn't?
It does. It's beautiful.
Cool. So put on your thumb and suck it.
Put a drop on your thumb, and then you press it to the roof of your mouth, but like just leave it in your mouth. Like you can suck on it a little bit, you know.
Okay. Great. So Okay. So this was another thing. Use the oils by dripping each one in order onto their least dominant hand. Then take their other hand. So then they take their other hand and dip the fingers and hold the palm over and rotate clockwise 3 times. So healthy cells rotate clockwise. And then you ask them to place on the areas of their body as shown below.
Yes.
So, yeah. So
you're dropping on one oil, then they're doing that and they're placing it where it needs to go, so like on their heart or whatever. Then they're dropping the next oil when they're ready for it, doing the same thing again, and then they're placing it. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly correct. So one at a time. So the crown chakra is 3 wise men or humility or sacrophrenic consents on the top of the crown or the third eye. The feet is valor or any evergreen oils or grounding. The heart, joy. The navel, forgiveness. And any extra areas, like for sexual abuse cases, use Sara, or, release if there's anger. Use release.
Well, it can be any sort of traumatic type experience. Like it can be like verbal abuse.
For the Sara.
Yeah. As well.
Okay. Anger, sexual abuse or other
any type of ritual type stuff.
Oh, yeah, ritual abuse, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that stuff's so scary.
I know.
Can't believe that happens in the world. Oh my God.
I know, but still.
I know. Anyway. So, cool. And then after the clearing, so you don't have to do the extra stuff, that's just on the side. But after the clearing, make sure you ground them. That's really important to take them back into their body. Yeah. Present time on
before you send them out into the world.
Yeah, exactly. They might crash their car or something. So that
off you go.
Yeah, off you go. See you later. Boof. So that was really, those. I know, noting that we've got 5 minutes. So that was really, the biggest part that I got. And you can add in, here you can add in anything you like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any other techniques. So, you could add in a bit of raindrop if you wanted, or you could add in, what does her daughter do? The frankincense scalp massage. Yeah,
or some sort of anointing even, with the third eye type of thing. And, how she did the anointing, like it was here on the chin and on each cheek.
Yeah, that's right.
On the ears, and all the ear stuff. All the ear stuff that she did too.
Yep. So, so that was really cool. What else? Yeah, I think that was kind of really big. Oh, yeah, another big thing that I just remembered on business was consistency. Commitment and consistency. Yeah?
Yeah, it's not rocket science, is it really?
I know. And I know that all of us on this call have gone through times of not being consistent. We could all put our hands up for that. However, you know, the commitment's still there, which is really interesting. So it just maintains. It's because we're product users, and that's the benefit of Young Living. You stay committed because you're using the product. And you you never go fully off the rails with this company or with this business. So yeah. Pretty cool.
The other thing I've got written down here, if you want me to,
go ahead.
about intuition. You were talking about that before. There is a reason that you hear things. There is a reason why you're sitting next to somebody, that you're placed in that place, you know, for a reason. And I like this: consequences are God's way of remaining anonymous. Yeah. And that we smell good. That was another good positive thing.
Yeah, I think that was I'm going to add that into those questions that I asked her. Habits, daily routines, prospecting tools, smell good. It's a prospecting tool for sure. Yeah,
she said something about the ratio 1 to 10 only gets better, but I can't remember what that was about now.
Yeah, and she said in that, like, the more you do it, the easier it. The more you have exposure, the more comfortable you get.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that 1 in 10 thing, Beck, was about, I'm just looking at my notes. Yeah, you talk to, like, learn about what your ratio is. So is it like you need to connect? So the ratio. So it's.
Oh, yeah.
So is it connecting? Is it that you have to talk to 10 people to connect 2, or talk to 10 to connect 1, you know, or 2?
What's a normal amount? Talk to 20 to get 2 distributors?
So for her, she's probably up to, she talks to 10 and she might have 9 say yes or 8 say yes, you know. Like she said, your skills will develop, you know, over time. So.
And she also said she put a drop of thieves on her business card.
Oh, yeah, the business card with oils on it.
Yeah. That was the business card. That was the first one that she'd received. That's how she got into Young Living. Right. It had thieves on it because somebody said, what oil did it have? And she said thieves.
Yeah, I said, what oil did it have? Let's put that up in a history bio. Yeah. I was like, I wonder what oil
she did say she went silver to platinum in 1 year.
People that write goals accomplish them.
Yeah, that's a cool one. So people that write goals accomplishment.
She was a big fan of RC as well for an experience.
Yeah, she really liked that.
Yeah, I know. I only ever use it, like, if Bianca's got a cold or a cough or whatever.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful oil, isn't it?
It's one of my favourites. It's a go-to for me.
Yeah. And make sure your organisation knows you care.
Yeah, and getting back to that, how I said how she looks them up and then she contacts them. Where is it? And she said something about they will know. Where have I written? They will know how to get in contact, or they'll get in contact with you when they need to.
Yeah, so the way to do that is logging into your virtual office and then having a look, making sure that you've got like that all of your team, your downline, like in the USA it's an option. In ours it's automatic, which is lucky. So all of your team can see your upline's phone numbers. So if you've ever logged in with one of your new people, you'll see that Sarah's up there, that, you know, all of our team leaders are up there.
Yeah.
I'm just aware of time. It's now 9:01. So is there anything really key that we want to share?
The last one I was just going to say was that she was pretty clear on saying, you know, when you're talking to people, how would you talk to your mum? So, for example, if someone's got something that you would like to share with them, you basically tell them what to do like you would your mum. So, mum, you need to have this, this and this, and then get back to me, you know, and how are you going to feel then, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it from me.
Yeah, I want to order this for you right now. I know that you won't want to be without it another day.
Yeah, I like that.
You will have it.
Yeah, so order this for you right now because I know you won't want to be without it for another day. That's cool.
And the other thing that was quite cool that she said 98% of oils that are made are not for therapeutic use or not for medicinal use.
98% of oils essential oils produced in the world, that's what it was,
are not used for, I put therapeutic use, but because she said I think she was on medicinal then, and I didn't know if we were allowed to use that.
Yeah. Well, we'll just type it in for now.
But it's a good way to say to people, you know, how people were saying if I go down to the health food shop, why can't I just buy a $15 bottle of peppermint oil?
Yeah, they're not produced.
I've got something circled here, and I don't know what it means either. This is hilarious. I love reading back my notes. It says gum, and I've got a circle around it, and then I've got.
Yeah. I know what that's
peppermint
about.
Oil.
Yeah.
Peppermint oil is mainly used for chewing gum.
And it was one of the it's the highest oil produced in the world because it's used for chewing gum, but it's also one of the most toxic because it's not produced properly.
Right.
Yeah. So that was
what could we say so would you say to somebody they're not produced for medicinal use? Would we be able to say that? Or therapeutic use?
They're not of the highest quality. You just say something about their purity.
Seed to seal.
Yeah, seed to seal.
No, 90% of essential oils produced in the world are not produced for
therapeutic.
No, it would be for you can't say it. You can say it. I mean 98%, you can say medicinal use, no worries, right?
Also, I've got another thing written down which says aromagram.
Aromagram.
Yeah, I didn't know they existed either. It's a thing that measures the aromagram is a reading taken from oil aromas.
Yeah, that was something about that. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to now what she also said about Young Living was that these oils carry the intelligence and consciousness of the creator.
Oh, that's good.
How
write that down.
These oils carry the consciousness. Yeah. So I'll write that down. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? What else is it? She gave us so much.
I'm going to say bye then if we're heading off. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I think we should. I think there's heaps of stuff we can just keep going. Because she talked about child abuse and frequencies, and she talked about, heaps of things how to build and comp plans and all sorts. But the biggest thing is offer people an experience. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. And get stuck in consistency, book introductions, book new things, and public introductions. Yeah.
She said, where was it? I wrote that down.
Yeah, she signed a contract for herself for a month. That's what she does. She gets her new people to sign a contract for themselves.
What do you mean?
Like to say how many they're going to do.
Oh, really?
I'm going to work 3 hours a week. I'm going to work 6 hours a week. I'm going to work 1 hour a week, and I'm going to have 1 intro a week or 10 intros, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then that makes them feel that they're accountable for something, and then they've got a butt kicker behind them to chase them up. We all need a butt kicker.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work because my old, you have to be self-motivated.
Yes.
Double T on butt.
Oh, yeah. Typing it, the spelling is not good when I type fast. A butt kicker. How many hours commit to per week? So, girls, it was awesome, wasn't it? Super stoked to have her out there, hey?
Yeah. So was it good today as well? It was pretty much the same.
No, she talked about some of different stuff. But yeah, most of her stories were the same. Oh yeah, give 50% of your time and support to those people you've already connected.
Yeah.
50% getting new people, including all the meetings, and 50% support.
That's what it was. Yeah, 50%, 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to separate it out. Because sometimes you look at it all and go, right, where will I start?
Yeah, totally. Cool, guys. Oh, by the way, Kathy Farmer was the very first person to get a generation bonus.
Oh, really?
Oh, in Young Living ever. Yeah, she built so fast. Legend, eh?
They probably created it for her because of
Something else, they call it a 5-star or something bonus. Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She actually, going back to the very beginning, she got $1 million pin.
That's right.
At the last conference thing. So people that earned over $1 million a year got a pin.
Yeah. Super cool.
So it had a turnover, an AGV of $1 million.
No, dollar value that was.
Yeah, that was dollar.
Yeah, well, yeah, to be the PV amount.
Of her business, like her business volume was something like 13 million.
Imagine her Oily Tools app.
Yeah, I was peering over and she'd found me on the Oily Tools app, and I was like, man, I'm one in a sea of thousands.
She must need a really big smartphone.
She's so cool. Oh, she was great. All right, you guys. Well, thanks to Kathy Farmy for coming out. It was super cool. And thanks, girls, for sharing.
Yeah, no, that was good. No, I'm glad we got together to do that. So what are you going to do with this that you've written up?
It's going to go up. I'm just going to stop the recording in a minute. And the thing that I've typed up is going to go up on Love Biz. The recording will go on YouTube. And if you want, Rona, I'll send you the link. You'll find.
So is that Love? Is that on Facebook?
Facebook, correct.
Can't hear.
And that document that you've just written up, are you going to put that in files?
Yes.
On Love Biz?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. Bye.